So maybe dreams do come true. I have 2 weeks and then I am moving to New York. I am literally so excited. This is a dream come true. Like, actually, I, like so many people, like I've just dreamed about New York. I literally had a vision board in like middle school that I hung up on my wall, and it had pictures of New York all over the place with cameras and all of that stuff. And it's finally happening. Like, I didn't actually think that it would actually ever happen, but here I am. I'm going in 2 weeks and I'm excited. I thought that I would do this kind of video as a sort of announcement as to what I'm doing, where I'm going, why. Obviously I'm still in school, so like, what am I gonna do with that? Just a little update, announcement video. So I have 2 weeks. There's a lot to do to prepare to go move to New York. So first up, I need to like go through some things. I need to declutter. I need to throw things away, sell things, remove them from my life. Mainly my clothes. I really want to go through my clothes. But I need to figure out what's coming with me, all of that stuff. So my plan for today and like the next few days is to just go through things. Start with the closet, go to the bathroom, go under my bed needs to be looked at. Just like go through things and declutter. So I thought that I would kind of do a little declutter organization, get ready to move video, and kind of explain to you guys what I'm doing along the way. So first up, obviously it's a mess in here. So before I can like actually organize and declutter, I need to clean. So that is the first thing on the agenda. So first thing is, this is not a permanent move. I will be there for 1 semester, and I am doing an internship with a photo gallery. So this is sort of my trial run with New York, if you will. I'm really excited to get to like experience the gallery and fine art world, because that's not really something that is talked about a whole lot at SCAD. It's very much like industry focused, like commercial, fashion, beauty, that kind of stuff. But I personally really love fine art photography, and I'm kind of interested in potentially working in a gallery or even a museum. I think it would be really cool to like be a curator, work in archives, literally anything. I'm just kind of very intrigued by that, so I'm excited to get to experience it. But overall, I think that it's just gonna be a really good experience for me to try New York, because for me, I think that this is kind of common for a lot of people who are in college, about to graduate, early 20s. I don't know what I want to do. After I graduate, I'm like, I don't know where I want to be. And like I said, I think that's pretty common, but I'm kind of in a unique situation where my parents just moved from Tennessee to Florida. So I obviously like, I have the option to move back where I am from, but like my parents aren't there. So it's not going to be the same. And so I kind of just feel like I have the option to be anywhere. And that is a very like daunting thing to realize. And you know, I've always felt very called to the city, but I've also like, I've only ever been for like maybe weekends at a time. I don't think I've ever spent a full week in New York. So I think instead of just going and like deciding, oh, I'm going to commit to a job and move there like full time. I think the internship is going to be really good for me to really decide, like, just to give myself clarity on what I want to do. Like I said, I've always felt very pulled to the city, but like the mountains, that's home to me. And I don't know if I'll feel that way, like if I'll be able to feel that comfort in a city. And that's really going to be the deciding factor. Do I want to be in the city? Do I want to be in the mountains? I have no idea. I know what it's like to be in the mountains. I know I love it. I felt called to the city, so now I have to try it and decide, because I've got 1 year and then I graduate. And I know that nothing is permanent. No decision that I make is permanent. I can always change my mind, but it feels very permanent. Like it feels like the decisions that I make for after I graduate are how I'm going to spend the rest of my life. And it could be, but it also like I can change my mind and I need to remember that. But like I said, it feels very permanent. So I'm very glad that I get to go experience New York, try it out, see if it's potentially where I want to be. And if not, I've always dreamed about living in New York. I've dreamed about just getting that experience. So overall, it's just going to be an experience for me. And that is what is important. That's what I want my life to be about. I want to experience everything that I can. So it's just an experience. There are 3 main things or like places that I want to go through before I leave. And first is this corner. It is full of bags. There's some clothes, craft supplies, random things that I don't have a place for just get thrown right here. So I want to go through this corner. And also there's some stuff that's just like thrown right here too that I need to find a place for. I don't really think I'm going to get rid of anything that's like in my desk, but maybe just clean this area up. Second is this corner. Kind of the same thing. This corner is a lot of blankets. I've got like my yoga mat and like foam rollers and then bags. Once again, just things that I don't quite have a place for just gets piled right here. And then lastly, and the most daunting, is my closet. I want to go through my clothes, but I mainly just need to kind of like figure out. This is mainly shoes. I think I will get rid of some shoes, but I have really bad storage for my shoes and they just get like thrown around here. And anyways, I don't really have a solution for that, but main thing is for the closet is get rid of some clothes and then just organize and throw out some of this stuff. If anybody was wondering, she is coming with me. Sequoia is going to take on the Big Apple. Who would have thought? So I'm going to start with this corner because it seems the least daunting to me. I think that this corner is going to be a lot of the majority, or not the majority of it, but I think out of all 3 places, probably will have the most things that I can throw away. So I've got myself a trash bag. I know that I have a lot of stuff here that I'm not going to get rid of, like my different art supplies, and I just don't exactly know where I'm going to put that, so I think I'm just going to move that all to a different corner, and then hopefully once this is all cleared out, I'll have a better understanding of where I can put it. But okay, so I think I've come up with a little bit of a solution. And I'm so sorry for the sliding. I don't know if I said anything earlier, but the windows are back here. It's backlit. I've tried. I'm sorry. But I put those boxes over there. They were in my closet, but I kind of don't think that I need them in there. However, I think I'm going to move them to this corner. I put them there because I have 3 more, and I was thinking I would stack 3 more beside there because there's not room for 2 rows over here. But I think that would be pretty crowded in that corner anyways with my mirror. So I think I'm going to move them over here. I did it. I think this was definitely the right move, and I actually still have one of these that's empty. And like I said before, I have 3 more in my closet. So I think it'll help whenever I'm cleaning out my closet, because I do have a lot of art supplies in my closet too. So I can either bring some out here, or I need to figure out what I'm going to do with those other 3. So I have all that here. My camera bag, I have it stuffed in this corner. And then you can't see, but in that corner, I have that little like tiny laundry basket type thing over there, and it has camera supplies in it. So that is this section done. It looks so much better. It still looks kind of chaotic just because I have a lot of stuff, but it definitely looks better. Now you might be wondering, Chelsea, don't you go to school in Georgia? And you would be correct. And I'm still going to school in Georgia. I'm not transferring. I'm not doing anything with, I'm not changing anything with my schooling. And I have a very unique experience, I guess, in the fact that I am able to go to New York for an entire semester, and it's not affecting my timeline at all, if you will. So for a little bit of context, I think I've mentioned this in a few of my videos before, but for a little bit of context, I came into school with some credits already, and then I also have taken summer classes 2 summers, and I've taken 4 classes, which at SCAD, that's 20 credit hours for, I think, 2 semesters. So I'm ahead. I'm scheduled to graduate a year early. And luckily, with my internship, that's not going to change at all. I still can graduate a year early. And so SCAD is kind of unique in the fact that they have multiple campuses. The Savannah campus, obviously, they have one in Atlanta, they have one in France. But then they also have the option you can get your entire degree online if you want to. So you can switch to a online, you can switch campuses very easily. So I am just going to be doing my fall quarter online, but I won't be taking full load. I'm only going to take 2 classes while I'm in New York so that I can focus on my internship. But like I said, I've still gotten enough credits to where I'm still going to graduate early anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Next, I'm going to do this corner, which I'm hoping will be pretty straightforward. Fingers crossed.
Especially if it's winter time. But, oh my god, on this last vacation, that I don't just want to order peanut butter fudge ice cream or something.
Wait, I did not know I had film in here. I thought I was almost out on my film. I was practicing color work.
You might see the sun go down in a beautiful way.
Isn't that so cute? I did this forever ago and I never tied it off. It was just kind of practice. It's really nothing.
But it's ideal. I wash my face, do my skincare, put on cute little PJs, get in bed, open my iPad, and put on YouTube and watch YouTube videos until I fall asleep. Because
so much better. This is going to be the challenge. It is going to be what takes the longest. I don't think I'm gonna actually go through my clothes today and get rid of things. I think that's gonna be tomorrow's problem. But I am going to try and organize. So I guess first, this was all clothes that was out and the other places that I cleaned, so I guess I need to put that away first. The amount of clothes that gets thrown everywhere because I don't feel like they're dirty enough to go in my dirty clothes, but I feel like they're too clean to hang back up. This is actually feeling so much better. I got all of my yarn and knitting crochet stuff out of this so that I could use it for some clothes. And I put so this is a lot of the stuff that I had in this box right here, I did throw away. But it also has some stuff that it has curtains, a fan, some random stuff that I used when I was in the dorm. That I just feel like I shouldn't get rid of, but I don't really have a place to put, so that's all still in here. And so I ended up putting all of my yarn that I don't typically use, I put it in here. All of the yarn that I grab a lot is in this bag, and then all of my knitting needles and random things that I use are in the empty box that I had by my desk. So I was able to kind of go through that, and then what I noticed, and this has always been a bit of a problem for me, but after I cleaned up everything, all the clothes and stuff, I didn't have any hangers. So that's why I got this or started doing this, was because I realized I didn't have enough hangers. So I kind of, as I was going through and figuring out what I wanted to put on here, I ended up just naturally kind of going through my closet and seeing what I was going to get rid of. So that was my plan for tomorrow, but I kind of already did it anyways. And I have a pile of hangers right here. And I think I'm going to go through my jeans and hang some of them up, because a while back I knew that I didn't have enough hangers, so I went out to buy some, and they didn't have any regular hangers. They just had this kind that's for pants. And so, not really thinking, I was well, I'll just use this and it will have to do. And it doesn't do. So anyway, since I have all of these, I think I'm going to get out some of my jeans and hang them up, just to kind of clear some space, to make it easier for me to see my clothes. Because what I noticed is, while I was going through this, I was wow, there's clothes that I didn't even know that I had, or I didn't remember that I had, that was just kind of hiding in between. So I know that that's the same case with my closet, or with my dresser, because my dresser is packed. So maybe by hanging up some pants, obviously there's not room right here, but I have a little bit of space, barely, behind you, that I'm going to try and use for pants. So I changed a few more things. I decided to put all of these as my sweatshirts. I still have quite a few sweatshirts, actually a lot, hanging up behind you that I will show, but these are the ones that I didn't want to get rid of, but I don't wear as much as the ones behind. And then I have my nicer sweatpants, winter coats, and some shirts that I just didn't feel needed to be hung up. I don't have a reason why I didn't think they needed to be, but they're there. And then I have skirts, I'm blocking skirts, jeans, and then I put this pair of pants because they wrinkle. Yeah, I have a load of laundry, actually 2 loads of laundry that are being done right now, and I'm kind of dreading trying to put them away, because this is already a lot of clothes. And of course, the ones that are in the washer are what I wear the most, because I just wore them anyways. I'm kind of going through my dresser a little bit, because I had 2 of these, so I'm going to kind of finish that, and then I'll try and put some clothes away. What I really need to get rid of is t-shirts, because I can't even open this. That's why I have some t-shirts in there already. Actually, I moved them. They have to go fit back in here, but that's why I was originally going to put some in there, because I can't get into this drawer. I ended up not having as many t-shirts that I was willing to give up as I thought I would, but with a fresh fold, we're able to open and close the door. So I finished my closet. Unfortunately, my little cart and my vacuum and my hamper doesn't really have any other place to go except for right here, so it makes it look a lot messier. But just know this is a lot better than it was before. I moved my suitcases up there, my sheets, all of my shirts. You know it's there and there. And then on this side, we're looking better. Shoes are still an issue, but I don't know what to do with them. So it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. Okay, so I'm like done. I'm honestly so shocked that I did that all in one day. Like it's only 3:45 and I started, I don't know, around 11, 12. So I'm very proud of myself because typically this kind of task takes me a long time. And I've been putting it off. It's felt very daunting, but honestly, the closet was the hardest part and it was not near as bad as I thought it was. So I threw out 2 trash bags. One was full. The other one just had a few things that honestly I could have donated, but I just kind of didn't know where to take. So unfortunately, I just threw them away. I'm kind of hoping that somebody sees it in the trash room because people do put stuff in there sometimes. So I'm hoping that somebody will see it and take it, but I just didn't really know what to do with it. So I've got 2 totes full of clothes that I need to take to donate or sell. And other than that, I'm done. So my dog is excited that we're done cleaning. She's like, oh, yay, we get to go to the park. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely keep your eye out for some New York videos because they're coming up. It's getting close and I'm so excited. I'm gonna film as much as I can because I want it to be all like documented so that I can look back on it because it's just, you know, like my dream opportunity. I want to be able to see it all. So if you guys have any tips for moving to New York, living in New York, making friends in New York, like let me know. Any recommendations of places to go, like literally anything, tell me. I'm open. I want to know everything. So anyways, I will see you guys next time.